The 2024 Formula One season is about to kick off with several noteworthy changes that could dramatically alter the competition. While the technical regulations are largely the same as 2022, other modifications and new additions might influence the championship battle. Firstly, the number of races has reached a record 24 for the season, and that has sparked mixed feelings. While it showcases F1's growing popularity, some drivers express concerns about the toll on their well-being and the team's crew. Fernando Alonso even hinted at retirement if the trend continues. Sprint races are also getting a makeover. Changes in locations, potentially reversed grids, and an overall revamp of the weekend timetable aim to enhance entertainment and reduce risks for the teams. The debate over tire blankets used to preheat tires is ongoing. While some drivers fear the lack of them could make the first lap akin to driving on ice, F1 chiefs are positive about removing them. The ban on tire blankets is accompanied by a decision to stick with the standard 13 sets of tires per car per race weekend for 2024. The FIA's focus on driver cooling includes allowing a scoop for enhanced cooling, addressing concerns raised in the scorching conditions of the previous year in Qatar. Another significant move is the FIA's restriction on teams working on their 2026 challenges until 2025. Teams are responding with significant developments in their cars. Ferrari's 2024 Challenger, labeled Project 676, boasts a 95% difference from its 2023 counterpart with a focus on downforce improvements. Mercedes is introducing a new version of its car, bringing in a new floor, chassis, and design concepts. Red Bull's RB20 developed in July 2023, and it promises something great. The initial reports say that Ferrari's car gained around 30 downforce points, which is more or less 0.7 of a second in performance. Even though the team was the only one that could compete in 2022 with Red Bull and had vastly different designs of the side pods, there's still slight issues that has to be addressed. Like human factor mistakes and regression in development have brought yet another disappointing period for the Tifosi fans. Elaborating on this matter even further, the team principal of Ferrari said, "Again, it's a matter of tenths of seconds. I mean, it's all 0.1 or 0.2% performance we're looking for. It's not 5% for sure. We have to take a step. I don't underestimate the step we are changing 95% of the components of the car. Perhaps you can consider that it's a revolution. Now the expectation is that we are focused on ourselves. We are taking a good step forward, but in the end, it's always a matter of comparison. You can improve by 100, but if the others are improving by 120, you will look stupid. If they're improving by 80, you will look like a mega hero. I think that so far, we're going in the right direction. I don't know if the others will go more or less. We will find out in Bahrain." The expanded calendar prompts concerns about sustainability, echoing sentiments from drivers like Alonso and George Russell. The impact on crew well-being and the shift towards street circuits is a questionable route that F1 is taking. Sprint races are evolving to address concerns about their sustainability. Possible changes include reversed grids for the first 10 paces and a revamped weekend timetable for more enjoyable experiences for both drivers and fans. The proposal to postpone sprint qualifying and the main Grand Prix qualifying offers a compromise, but challenges like crashes affecting the entire weekend still loom. The tire blanket debate remains a focal point, with concerns over the lack of preheating affecting tire performance. While F1 chiefs argue that current tire characteristics make the move affordable, drivers worry about icy conditions during the initial laps. Limiting teams' work on 2026 challenges aims to intensify competition in 2024. The hope is that this restriction will encourage teams to push their limits to remain competitive, preventing a wait-and-see approach. Teams are responding positively to the challenge, with significant overhauls to their cars. While Ferrari's Project 676 focuses on downforce improvements, Mercedes is introducing a new version of its car with a focus on a new floor, chassis, and design concepts. Red Bull's RB20, under development since July 2023, promises significant evolution. With numerous driver contracts ending in 2024, high-profile drivers like Sergio Perez, Carlos Sainz, Charles Leclerc, and Lando Norris face uncertain futures, potentially leading to a major change in team lineups. However, it isn't as uncertain as we expected. Recent reports reveal some changes in the lineup and extensions in contracts. Let's take a look at the drivers whose contracts are set to end before the upcoming regulation changes. Starting with Max Verstappen. He is committed fully until 2028, which is a longer-term commitment compared to many others. Then there's Oscar Piastri, who extended his stay with McLaren until 2026. As for Lance Stroll, even though his contract seems infinite, the challenges of playing second fiddle and being a constant media target might affect him in the coming years. If that were to happen, we can speculate about potential replacements, but more on that later. Moving on to Ferrari, there's Charles Leclerc, whose contract technically ends next year, similar to his teammate Carlos Sainz. However, Ferrari has reportedly offered long-term and high-paying contracts to Leclerc. His love for the team is likely to lead to an extension, but he might be waiting to see if Ferrari improves its off-track performance before committing further. Sainz, on the other hand, has expressed his desire for a longer-term contract and aims to stick with Ferrari for many years. Now let's shift our focus to drivers further down the grid. The performances of drivers like Logan Sargent and Kevin Magnussen can't be ignored. If their lackluster performance continues until the end of their contracts in 2024, it could signal a need for a refresh in their respective teams as they approach the 2026 season. On the flip side, drivers like Alex Albon and Nico Hülkenberg, who outperformed their machinery last year, present interesting possibilities. Hülkenberg, despite entering his 37th year, is considered a safe and adaptable pair of hands. Teams with ambitions beyond survival might find him to be a good fit. Andretti and Hülkenberg could be a promising collaboration. Now let's talk about Albon. His future seems uncertain, especially considering the doors at Mercedes might only open with a shock departure or a significant downturn in George Russell's performance. Staying with Williams, given the positive trajectory of the backing of James Vowles and Doralton's investment, might be the best option for Albon. As we shift our attention to newcomers like Shu and established names like Valtteri Bottas, who signed until the end of 2025, it seems that the incoming team Audi is keeping its options open. The situation becomes even more interesting when we consider drivers like Theo Pourchaire, the F2 champion, and potential moves for the next generation of F2 drivers currently making their mark on the track. Now let's take a look into Aston Martin's uncertainties with Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. Stroll's contract duration is unknown, and his exit would likely be linked to his father's role at the team. Alonso's future in F1 depends on Aston Martin's trajectory into the new regulations. If the team disappoints in 2024, Alonso might not stick around. In the scenario where things change at the top of Aston Martin, potential replacements could include Alex Albon. However, Filipe Drugovich and Yuki Tsunoda seem like strong contenders. Drugovich's impressive F2 championship win and Tsunoda's connection with Honda make them suitable candidates. If Tsunoda departs from AlphaTauri, Liam Lawson could secure a full-time drive. The recent focus is on teams like Ferrari, Mercedes, McLaren, and Aston Martin, all aiming to continue their positive momentum from 2023. Mercedes, having faced struggles in the past 2 years, is under close scrutiny. With James Allison back as the technical director, the team aims for significant improvements. The W15, their 2024 car, features a smaller gearbox and enhanced side pod design, steering towards a more traditional build. When asked of what the audience can expect from them this season, he said, "To the mind of a designer or a performance person in F1, concept has actually nothing to do with the car. It's about a process by which you decide what good looks like and what bad looks like. So when you talk to us about concept, we are hearing, do you think our wind tunnel weighting system wasn't right and we've changed that? Or was our meshing in CFD was wrong? And we've changed the concept of that as well. We definitely took a path with our car. And I would say that is from the tip of the nose to the very back of the tail, which was not a competitive one. The most visually notable aspect of that was our side pods, but that was by no means the definitive factor. It was not right from the front to the back, and that's the thing we've had to learn and had to deal with. That's taken us a lot longer than we would have liked." That's it for the video, guys. Make sure to like, subscribe, and click on the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching.